are now plugged into Hooked on Science with Bruce and Tony Khan.
And we're live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to one more episode of the finest podcast this side of the Mississippi River. We are Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two hosts, Bruce, and over there is the Tone Capone. We have another fantastic episode for you guys this week. We are wrapping up our Black History Month celebration of some of our favorite African American artists with the legend himself, Bob Marley, with the aptly named album Legend, and R.L. Burnside, a blues legend, if not underground blues legend, all on his own. So, a little bit of music news. We got some drinks to go over and whatever else pops up. Before we get into all that, Tone, what is up with you?
Good evening. It is good to be back. Everything's good, man. Going to go see Prong and Voivod tomorrow with Scott. As a matter of fact, I should probably text that dude and say, hey, what time are we hooking up?
They're coming to Knoxville too.
Dude, I know that Scott's been a big Prong fan for a while, and Tommy Victor, the guitar player, I think singer for Prong, has been the guitar player for Danzig for a many number of years now. And done a lot of albums with Danzig. So I like the guy. I like a lot of Prong stuff, and I'm liking a lot more of Prong stuff now that I'm really kind of deep diving on those guys. I'm gonna do a little bit of more of a deep dive on Voivod as well, because I remember their album Nothing Face, which was, if you remember going back to Buzzard's Nest back in the day,
Wow.
you had the album wall, and up on the album wall there were like album cover posters that were sitting up there, and the Voivod Nothing Face was a big impression on me, and it influenced me to go ahead and buy the album, check it out. Kind of like a progressive style metal, very cool. Like those dudes a lot, and I'm looking forward to hearing more and seeing them live. Other than that, man, um, just working and taking care of things and taking care of kids at home, man. What
There
have
you
you been
go.
up to?
About the same, minus kids at home.
I, I get it. I get it.
No, Ria's actually up in Ohio right now, taking care of one of the kids. She's got some things going on, and so speedy recovery and all that jazz.
Cool, cool, cool. She doing all right?
Yeah.
Everybody doing all right?
Yep. Everything's good right now.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
We we we've been listening to.
What are you doing, man?
Now, what you been listening to, brother?
I was I was listening a lot to the new Ace Frehley album that was released on Friday. I actually picked up 2 copies of that. I'll share that with you because first one I got was the Walmart exclusive version with a lenticular cover. So the lightning bolts and stuff kind of go off there and stuff like
That's
that.
cool.
So
I see that.
yeah, it's kind of cool. And then the album version, there were like 15 variants of this album. This was for indie stores. This version was just for independent record stores.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really cool vinyl.
Really cool. It is not a bad Ace Frehley album. So, our friends over at the Shout It Out Loudcast, the Kiss dedicated podcast that we like, everyone was kind of putting their reviews up on there, and a lot of people are saying that this is probably the best stuff he's put out since like either the consensus has been since Fraley's Comet, like the first album, or Trouble Walking. I don't know if I'd go that far, but there are definitely some songs on here, a couple songs on here that definitely would fit on the Trouble Walking. So I gave you a digital version of that. I hope you get a chance to check that out. So
I plan on it.
yeah, there was one of the standout things for me on that was back in the for that original album. There was a demo called "Back into My Arms Again." He finally recorded that properly after all these years. So that was really cool to see. I was going to buy that album just for that. I didn't. For me personally, I didn't care if the rest of the album sucked ass. I just wanted that like a proper release on it. But all in all, there's a couple duds on there for sure. You know, you got a 72-year-old Ace Frehley trying to sing, still better than Paul Stanley now, but not bad. It's not bad at all. I really enjoyed it. And then Mick Mars, he listening to his album. He released his new album on Friday as well. And Mick Mars had the number one selling album on Amazon, and Ace was number 2, and they both beat out Taylor Swift and Kanye West.
Interesting.
Yeah, so listen to both of those. So pretty cool stuff.
I'm sure Kanye would like to talk to both of them about it.
I'm sure he would. Kanye talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah.
Till he don't.
Till they don't.
Till he don't. So that's been about it for me. What about you, my friend?
What have I been listening to? I'm pretty sure I was listening to some Heavy Temple. I was listening to some Conan, because I'm getting ready to go see them, Conan here soon. I'm looking forward to Heavy Temple. Checked out the new High on Fire track. Absolutely in love with it. It's a fantastic track, man. If you get the chance, you should definitely take that in. Great metal track. Who else was I checking into this week? I can't say that anything much more than that. I just really haven't found myself in a position of having time. I might have been listening to some Corrosion of Conformity at some point in time as well.
Okay.
But did manage to get this dope ass new High on Fire shirt for Death is This Communion, which is probably one of my favorite
Nice.
albums by them. And I also picked up the album that got me turned on to these guys and Scott turned me on, which was Blessed Black Wings. I got the t-shirt for that as well. So was really happy to get those, especially in my size, and I'll be out and about wearing them for some of the shows here coming up. So really happy about that. Other than that, man, just really haven't been listening to them much. I ain't had a lot of time. I've been kind of super busy. So
there you go.
Other than that, man, yeah.
Cool. Well, we just talked a lot. So, the only thing we should do next, we should wet our whistles. Tony?
I'm a little parched myself.
You looked a little parched, a little dehydrated. So, what are you drinking?
We're going to play a game tonight.
Oh, okay.
There are 3 beers in here.
And ketchup.
Some of them are in a 6-pack.
Okay.
2 of them are not. One is an alcohol-free beer, which I've reviewed, and we all know how I feel about those.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Columbus's Bodie. So let's see what we end up with. Oh, without looking. Look at that.
What'd you get?
Columbus Bodie.
Bodie.
Double India Pale Ale.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and crack that bad boy open. This comes right here from Columbus Brewing Company right here in Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for a long time. I've been a big fan of theirs. I like a lot of their India Pale Ales. They used to make a beer that I absolutely adore and wish that they would bring back. I would lose my cookies if it came back, but they made an apricot ale. And they also had like a Scottish ale that was called 99 Shilling or something that was amazing. And I don't think they make any of that stuff anymore. And it's a bit of a bummer because those were the beers that made them. And that apricot ale during the middle of a barbecue or cookout, man. Oh, Jesus. It was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
There were a couple birthdays you'd find me passed out with a growler laying next to me, dude.
Now, real quick, while you're drinking that, what is the difference between a India Pale Ale and a double India Pale Ale?
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
It's probably something in the brewing process, or you know, they do what's called sessions, and I can't explain it. I used to know a little bit more back in the day. I used to know a lot more about bourbon as well, but my education has gone greener. Anyways, with that being said, there are like Imperials and a double. Let me take a look at this real quick. So the alcohol content on this is 8.3. An Imperial may range up in the 9, 10, 11 range. You know what I mean? Maybe even sometimes in the 12. I've had some pretty brute, like Dogfish Head makes a 15 0.5 or something like that. That was amazing. Like I went out to see MG Flash and those cats up at and Gudger up at Space Bar, and I walk in with John, the bass player John, and I'm sitting there at the counter and looking for, and the only thing I recognize is Dogfish Head. So it's here, just go ahead and give me that. That looks good. I go and take one of those, and I go to kind of really put it back, and John taps my shoulder and says, "Hold on a second, Tone, real quick." Each one of those is about 15.5, dude. And I said, "Oh, okay." So I tasted it. It tasted great. And yeah, there's some alcohol content there. But by the time I was done drinking that, I said, man, I'm going to need to switch to something a little more domestic. I couldn't drink that all night and then expect to drive home, dude. So, yeah, I am going to go ahead and give Columbus's Bodie. Let me give it another sip here. For double India Pale Ale. I like it, man. So I'm going to give it a solid 4.25.
4.25. Okay. Hey, real quick, can you move your headset a little bit? It keeps rubbing up against your beard, and there's this.
You know what?
No.
My wire's caught up.
Ah.
I am sorry. See if we can fix that. I think we just did. Is that better?
Oh, significantly better.
My bad, folks. Please apologies. We're working with the best of technology over here.
Anyway, so hey, guess what I got?
What?
Today I've got the Dewar's blended Scotch whiskey in the French cask. It's the French cask smooth. It's a 8-year apple brandy cask finish, straight out of Scotland, with your homeboy's name Ice Cube.
Right.
And because I'm still staying relatively sober as I'm trying to lose some weight, I've got it in a nice little skull of my victims. That was really good. It's got super smooth, nice apple finish. Man, this is good.
Excuse me.
This is good. So,
we gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Nice.
This is my first actual Scotch that I've ever had. So,
it's a blended Scotch, and it sounds like it's got flavor added to it. So I don't know that I'd call it a true Scotch.
Whatever. It's made in Scotland.
If you want to taste a really good Scotch, and if you can find it on the shelf, it's a little pricey. Because I started straying away from Scotches for a while, and my guitar player actually brought one over. It's called Highland Park 12 Viking Tradition, and it tastes pretty close to a whiskey or a bourbon, and I really enjoyed it, man. It's going to be the Scotch I keep on my shelf as a regular.
Cool.
I don't think there's anything offensive about it, or it's a 12 year, so that's to be appreciated.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is not bad at all. Nice 8 year.
4.5, 4.25. Look at us rocking it out tonight.
No, I love it.
Having a nice little drink with the boys and enjoying
Look
the
at
show.
us.
Cheers.
Salute.
Well, once again, folks, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe. Want to mention that we got a comment from Jacob Hickman out there. He wants us to review a Yellow Wolf album. I'm pretty familiar with who Yellow Wolf is. I don't know that Bruce is. He may or may not be. But anyways, we're very aware that you want to hear the album reviewed, and we're going to do that as soon as we are done with the Women's History Month. So you'll look for that episode on, I believe it's April 2nd. Please keep your ears open for that. Once we get through Women's History Month, we'll be more than glad to go ahead and go over that with whatever we've got booked for that episode. Other than that, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We want to hear from all of you out there. Please let us know. We are going to review your albums. If we start getting a major influx, then we'll start needing to prioritizing those. But we want to we want to definitely let you know we are watching those comments. We are listening, and we hear and see you guys out there as much as we hope that you hear and see us, all 17 of you viewers this evening. So with that being said, Bruce, I think we've got some news, man. I didn't see much of anything, man.
Yeah.
So if you got something, you got some birthdays for us or something, man, that'd
Yeah,
be great to hear.
Yeah, a couple birthdays, and obviously, again, Mick Mars and Ace Frehley released their brand new albums. Both of them are coming back with pretty good, solid reviews. So, check those out, everyone. Celebrating a birthday today, guitar player for Iron Maiden, Adrian Smith, was born today, February 27th, 1957. And then Johnny Van Zant, the singer for Leonard Skinner, brother of Ronnie, the original singer, he was born today in 1960. Let's see, any good albums? Let's see. Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits was released today in 1995. I'm not a huge Springsteen fan. I like a couple songs, but other than that, he always sounds like he's just taking his shit. So I'm not a fan.
Don't shit on the boss, dude.
He does it himself. That's fine.
Come on.
And that's about it.
All right. And since you had mentioned some albums that were coming out, or it's albums that were recently released, do want to mention I saw that we are going to be getting soon an album from Heavy Temple, an album from High on Fire, as well as an album. And I'm really excited about all three of these albums personally. Bongzilla, or not Bongzilla, Bong Ripper is releasing an album, and they're going to be doing an album release show in their hometown of Chicago. I suggest if you guys get the chance, get there and see these dudes. And if you get the chance to see the whole album live, that's something else, man. These guys, they really write some really great instrumental pieces, and I'm a big fan of the fellas in Bong Ripper. So, with that being said, I don't have any other news than that, man.
Awesome. Awesome.
And that is the news.
Oh, hey, by the way, I don't know if you've seen this or not. It was a happy birthday to Fire Breathers.
Matthias or Axel?
Whoever's doing their Facebook. That the Devil in the Fog album.
Oh, happy birthday to the Dwell in the Fog album.
Yeah, Dwell in the Fog.
I did see that.
Yeah,
you reviewed that album.
I did, and then I told them, "Hey, fantastic album, guys. We'd love to have you on sometime to talk about it or anything else the band has going on." They gave it a thumbs up. So
nice.
There you go. Maybe coming soon.
Hey, I can always talk to Matthias next time he's in town. I am in contact with those dudes when they are in town, and they're just nice guys, man. Really nice guys. They're writing great metal, man. They really are writing great metal. Please check those dudes out, man. Support them, man. They have to come all the way over from Sweden to play for us. And pack those venues, guys. Pack those venues and go check out a really great band. Like maybe they're not your thing, but maybe somebody else on the bill that night might be your thing. So just go pack the venues, man. It's time to get back out there, start seeing some shows and enjoying life, and taking in some breathing in some music.
That's right.
It's one of the last forms of art that we have left to express ourselves.
That's right. That's right. I'll drink to that. All right, my friend. Are you ready for some album reviews?
I am. Are you?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, we'll do it.
Ladies first.
Ah! All right.
Hey, I know. Seriously, I think I went first last week.
Okay, that's fine. I got the memory of a fucking fish, so whatever. Okay, everyone. I had Bob Marley's Legend. It's a greatest hits album that was released in May of 1984. This is an absolute must-have album for anybody, especially. This is a must-have album as you're coming into your own when you're getting into music. Like this is just one of those must-have albums that you got to have. This album, it's still on the U.S. Billboard Top 200. There was 823 weeks on the Billboard 200 here in the U.S. And then in the U.K., it's been on their top 100 for 1,122 weeks. Staying power, absolute staying power. Here in the U.S., it's 15 times platinum. 15 times platinum.
15 times platinum.
14 times platinum in the UK. And not to be outdone, New Zealand. It is 20 times platinum. Fucking amazing. First off, I didn't know New Zealand had that many people.
Well, apparently they do.
20 times platinum.
And they love Marley.
Or they just lose their shit and they just keep buying the same thing. I don't know. Either which way, it's an impressive feat. When I was going through the track listing here, it was really every time I have listen to this album, it just puts you in a different frame of mind. It's a vibe, man.
It is.
Marley puts you into a vibe. So, first, the leadoff track was Is This Love? Super groovy, super cool. Everything's fine. Absolutely.
Nothing is fucked, dude.
Yeah, nothing's fucked here, dude. Nothing is fucked. And so definitely give that an A. One of my favorite songs by him is No Woman, No Cry comes up next. Again, solid A. And all these, as soon as you hear them, you may not know exactly Bob Marley. Like, say if you're just getting into him, but you start listening to any of these songs and you're like, oh, that's who that is. These songs are so identifiable. Absolutely identifiable and timeless. Just absolutely timeless.
No Woman, No Cry is absolutely my favorite song by Bob Marley.
I'll tell you my favorite song here coming up.
Go ahead.
Could You Be Loved?
Could You Be Loved?
That's my second favorite Bob Marley song.
Be loved.
Could you be loved? I wish that would have been the opener to this album.
That'd be a good opener. But but the other one's not a bad opener either, dude.
No, it's just a different vibe. Again, you know me, I'm a more of a fast tempo dude anyway.
I would have been comfortable if they would have opened up the album with jamming. I hope you like a jamming too. I think that'd be a great intro, dude.
Again, you wouldn't be wrong.
No.
But yeah. So yeah, Could You Be Loved? Absolute A on there. Three Little Birds. Again, you've heard this song. You're a 10-year-old kid. You've heard this song. It's such a timeless song. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be all right. Oh God, man. Beautiful,
It gets you
beautiful
right. It
song.
gets you right in the
It
feels, man.
does. It does.
If you can't feel Bob Marley, you ain't got no soul, dude.
Yep.
None.
Yep. Absolute A for me. Then it starts getting a little shaky for me personally. So next up is Buffalo Soldier.
Oh, come on.
I like it, but it's not as good as those other ones. I gave it a B plus.
Get out of here.
That's just me.
Buffalo Soldier.
It's good.
Like Rasta.
Mm-hmm. It's catchy as shit, and again, it's timeless. But I give it a B plus as compared to the rest of those. Get Up, Stand Up. Come on.
Get up.
Come on.
Stand up.
Stand up for your
rights. Get out.
Oh, yeah. A all day. A all day. This might cause some controversy. Stirred Up. There are a few skippable tracks for me on this album, and this is one of them.
That's horrible.
Stirred Up, I don't like.
Darling, stirred up. That's a love song, dude.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like you.
I gave it a C.
Oh, you couldn't go that low, dude.
I did. It's a skippable track.
I don't like your face.
I love it. Oh wait. Now the title of this next song, Easy Skankin'. You would think, man, that's a great title. This should be a fantastic song. Not to me. Another skippable track.
Fuck.
C. Ugh. I was like, oh no. Oh no. Again, they may be fine, but as compared to the first part of this album, nah, don't even come close to me. Next is One Love, People Get Ready. Again, kind of this sleepy song. I'm not real into it. I gave it a C. I didn't like it.
Feel all right. Get out of here, dude. That's
I don't like it.
That's a top tier song, dude.
As compared to the rest of these songs, to me, is
dude. They named the movie after that.
That's great. That's great.
Remind me when I see you, whether I see you in Tennessee or whether I see you in Columbus.
Yeah.
The shit's going down, dude.
Yep.
You are firing shots I am not happy about.
Oh shit, I love it. Next up is I Shot the Sheriff. I originally gave this a B plus, but I'm gonna end up giving it an A. The only thing I'm gonna knock this song for is I like Clapton's version better only when the girls come in with I Shot the Sheriff. But the actual verse delivery and everything between Clapton and Marley, very similar. I love both of them. I didn't like the girl vocal gang, the gang vocals on I Shot the Sheriff on it. That's the only knock I'm going to give to it. So it's still a great song.
Messed up, man.
It's still a great song. I actually really like it, but I don't like their
Who originally wrote the song?
It's Bob. It's a Bob Marley song for sure.
Oh, and you're just going to diss the original writer of the song?
No, I'm going to diss the girls who sang I Shot the Sheriff.
His wife, right? You're just going to diss his wife, right?
I'm sure. They didn't do good.
Oh my God.
As compared to Clapton.
Oh man. Folks, well, it's been nice knowing you
listen,
this podcast.
You act like I gave it an F and said this is a piece of shit. I love
it. It's really been nice knowing you folks at this podcast. But I think this is our last episode.
Yeah.
Bruce is going to wrap up this review
Yeah,
and that he's dumping all over this phenomenal album.
dump it.
Oh man,
Oh wait,
damn,
there's
that's
more.
brutal. Oh no.
Waiting in vain.
Okay.
See, another skippable for me. Absolute skippable. Don't like it.
I'm so
Doesn't do
disappointed in you.
anything for me.
So disappointed in you
I
right
know
now.
it. And then next is my absolute favorite Bob Marley song of all time, Redemption Song. It is so beautiful. It is so powerful. And it is such, it's just a phenomenal song. And eh, eh, there's no other song that can really touch it. I heard, I've heard Johnny Cash sing this song too. It, it's still really good. I like when Cash sings it, but man, he doesn't touch Bob's version. Does not touch it. It just comes from a different place. Just comes from an absolute different place. Um, A plus all fucking day. Uh, Next is Satisfy My Soul. Again, skippable track for me. I gave it a C. I didn't like it. It didn't hit. It didn't hit with me. Exodus. I gave that one a B. It's it's catchy. I liked it. It wasn't as good as those other ones, but it was.
That's I think that's the last album he did.
Yes, correct, absolutely. And it's definitely a really good song. I'm not going to put it up with the top tier there. And then Jammin', another again solid B. It's a B. It's not as good as those A's. For me, it's not as good as those A's. It's really good. It's just not as good.
Let me tell you something about that.
Tell me.
You ever been in a situation where you're a little uncomfortable, you're a little uneasy, you've never been in a situation, and you're surrounded by a bunch of people you don't know, you're in a venue you're not really familiar with the culture or situation of how you're to present yourself and act, and you're just looking around and you're trying to take it in, and then all of a sudden a song comes on the radio and it just starts
Amazing Grace.
blaring across the airwaves. The tender to your table comes over and says, "Hey, what can we get you? You have questions? We've got you." And in the background, that song is Bob Marley jamming.
Hmm.
And you just know everything's going to be quite all right. The little uneasy feeling that you had, Bob said, "Dude, you're in the right place. We jamming.
Good time.
We want to be jamming with you."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And dude, I'm telling you, man, I can't, I don't think you take into consideration setting. I don't think you take into consideration setting. Where would you be with that? You could hear this song and man, just be like, fuck yeah, that's the prime opportunity to go, man, you know what? That's that song that I'm in the car or fucking, you know, are you going to tell me that if you're in the car, jamming comes on, you're going to skip it? You're going to look to the
No.
next station?
Nope.
Okay,
I didn't say that at all.
I understand that, but
I'm just saying if you're going to give me Jammin' or Three Little Birds all fucking day.
yeah,
Not even close.
yeah, whatever. Are you done? I'm disappointed in you this evening.
Oh wait, there's more. The last one. It was Punky Reggae Party. You hear those crickets back there? Didn't like it.
Damn.
Yeah. Just, it didn't hit. It didn't connect.
Listen, I want to say something. I do understand that. You often end up in times with a greatest hits album where there are some great hits.
Yeah.
But we got to remember something about Bob. He wasn't just a Jamaican artist. He transcended across several countries.
Mhm.
So what may have been popular here may not have been popular there.
Exactly.
And that's why some of those greatest hits may be what they be. And then sometimes I often feel that maybe they're songs picked by the artist that they feel should have been better hits,
Yeah.
or by the label.
Yeah, Kiss is really great for that because I can't tell you how many fucking greatest hits they got, but they'll throw in some shit that it was never a hit, period. But they're putting it on a greatest hits because they're just trying to put it out there again.
Yeah.
But and again, I don't know. I didn't research every single song on this album to tell you what kind of David Lee Roth's perfect example. David Lee Roth didn't have a whole lot of solo hits, but he came out with the greatest hits album. Now, they were really good songs, but there are some songs on there like Land's End from fucking Your Filthy Little Mouth. That didn't register, but he put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a horrible album. Horrible album. So, that may have been what part of this is too. Yeah. So all in all, again, I'm gonna give this album still a really good review because the songs that really stand up for me, those are timeless classics. You have to, again, when you're as a kid and you're starting out your music collection, this is a must-have. This is a must-have album. I'm gonna end up, even with all the C's, with the skippables tracks for me, it's a must-have album. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a must-have album, but just some filler for me. But you have to get this album.
There is some filler, but I would say there's some very essential Marley on there, and I can't think of anything particular that would be missing. Not that I know every Marley album front to back or anything, but and that's why I gave the album to you, dude. It'd be a solid 9 for me, solid 9.5 for me as well. Just because I feel you. I'm busting your balls about the filler tracks, dude.
Yeah.
But there is some filler tracks on there. To me, there are some filler tracks.
What do you consider filler tracks on this?
Pretty much the same shit that you said, but like
vindicated.
Some of the stuff that you gave C's to, I'm with you. Easy Skanking. Some of the other ones I think you should have given a higher rating to. I can't see how you can dog on jamming. I can't see how you can dog on I appreciate that Redemption Song is your favorite song. I get that. Everybody has a favorite Marley song if you're a Marley fan.
Yeah.
You gave another one a bit of a low score too, and I'm like, dude, I would that's an A.
One Love. Yeah,
that's an all day for me too, dude.
Yeah.
That's an A all day for me. But yeah, great album. I wanted you to hear that, man, and I think a hell of a banger for a way out of Black History Month for you.
Yeah, for sure.
A solid. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother.
All right. We
ready for mine?
I think we are.
Cool. You're going to get my review fresh as shit tonight. Yes, as you will. We had R.L. Burnside, A Ass Pocket of Whiskey. Let me start off by saying the title, A Ass Pocket of Whiskey.
See?
It would be more logical to say an ass pocket, an ass pocket of whiskey. Considering pronunciation. So it threw me off because I had written it down as an ass pocket of whiskey, but it's actually labeled a ass pocket of whiskey. And this gentleman is a blues champ, man. From what I understand, he's been a part of the blues circuit for, or had been part of the blues circuit for quite some time. before I get into the review, I want to say something, and I could be off. I could be completely off, and I don't want to seem like I am influenced by anything over at Wikipedia, because that seems to be an all right source to look up information. I don't know. This guy definitely has the blues thing going on, but this backing band,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that this is unconventional blues.
Yes.
To me, it's very unconventional blues because I think he's backed by a band that is heavily punk influenced.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow it works and somehow it don't.
That's funny you said that.
There's just tracks where the combination works really well, the combination don't. You're going to hear me often say that there are things on this album that really upset me. Absolutely,
Interesting.
absolutely upset me. And I think when I mention what they are, if Bruce is as familiar with this album as he is, he'll
Mm-hmm.
understand where I'm coming from. So let's get into this review.
Yeah.
R.L. Burnside, A Ass Pocket of Whiskey. Track 1, Going Down South, good opener. Just a good opener. Vocals, I had a question mark on that. It was very weird. Um, and there was some repetitiveness going on there. Was it a
Mm-hmm.
bad song? Not particularly, but it was a B. It was a B for me. Boogie Chillin'. I wanted to give this song a B. And the reason I wanted to give this song a B is because of the comment I left here, which is it was over before I could enjoy it.
Mm.
The song just ended before I could really get into like if there was another minute on this song, I think it would have held up well. Another minute and a half. This song could have been spectacular. I gave it an A because it was a good song. I had to go back and listen to it the second time because it was so short. But I digged it. If I had to ding it, I'm going to ding it on the fact that it was just over before I really felt like I was rocking into it.
Was that like
Uh,
a 2-minute song?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Poor Boy. I gave this an A. Cool
Mm.
jam. Really dig this one. Very, very cool jam. I liked it. So once again, it got an A. Two Brothers. Um, this is where I had a major, major problem with
Mm.
a song on this album. This song felt incomplete. It ended abruptly. Like there was all kinds of shit still going on in the song, and then boom, it ended. Like it was
Yeah.
like somebody was upset about the mix and cut it right then. It
Yeah.
was
And yeah, like it. He didn't get to the punchline.
I'm that
Mm.
pissed me off. Song was good until it got to that. I gave it a B.
Yeah.
Um, Snake Drive. Loved it until the very end.
Oh, that screaming.
I'm not opposed against screaming. I love music that has some screaming and shit in it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the way to end that song as good as I thought it was
Yep.
on that weird of a note, I dung it a B, man. Had they taken that off, it would have been solid A all day long.
Hmm.
It's and I love punk and stuff, and I get that that's kind of a punk thing or something, man. But at the end of the day, that song did not need that at the end.
I agree with that.
I love that there was yelling up to the point of what he said at the end, and it was kind of on time and shit. But to end the song with the in your face in the mic, loud blaring in your ear, like blah, like I was like, thanks, dude. You just fucking ruined it.
Hmm.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was fucking livid.
Hmm.
Because it was good. I mean, it was a really, really good song. So I done it a B for that.
Okay.
Shake 'em down. Um, I gave this one an A, but
Shake them on down.
I've got a note here that says, yeah, shake 'em on down. I gave this an A, and I got a note here that says, remind me to say something about this. At this point, I was really feeling pissed off with how things would feel abruptly ended on this album. Like things didn't feel complete on this album. There were tracks on this album that didn't feel complete. And I was just so over it. Um, The Criminal Inside Me. I gave this a solid A, dude. This was a solid A. And one thing I'm usually not a big guy on, depending on how it's done, because it's done well or it's done horrible. The banter at the end.
Yeah.
The banter at the end. I had wrote down that banner though. Wow, man, that was just like really cool. I like that a lot. Track 8, Walking Blues. I gave this a B. It's cool. It's groovy. Nothing really wrong with the song. I'm not going to slide it. It's not something so skippable. Track 9. This kind of really stood out to me. Tojo Told Hitler. I gave this an A. Very cool
Yeah.
concept of a little jam, kind of a joke thing going on there.
Yeah.
And banter kind of thing going on there. So I think the whole concept behind that was really cool. And I digged it, man. It was a little refreshing in the world of music. You know what I mean? So I gave it an A. And then have you ever been Lovey? Have you ever been lonely? Track 10. Great closer. I gave it a great closer. It was groovy. I gave it an A. So all in all, man, I gave this album, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 B's, and the rest were A's, right?
Mhm.
So I like the album, but I'm in a weird position on it
Yeah.
because I don't know exactly how to feel with the unconventional blues style. I really dig it. I thought there was a lot of really cool shit here, but is it enough to make me say I'm going to give it an 8 and go, I want to hear more of this guy, or is it just missed me? Just a 7.75, 7.50 to where I'm just like, do I really want to hear more of this? Or would I rather spend my time somewhere else where there's blues that I appreciated? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I'm not opposed to it. Definitely digged some of the stuff on here, being that, it's almost a 50-50 split on good and bad, or good and, what would be considered
Really good and good.
okay, and really good,
Okay.
because B is okay. C is, I think once again we agree C is pretty skippable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 10 tracks, 6. That's a miss, man. 7.75.
Ah.
It's dude. Do you know what really hurt it?
So you're not going to listen to this guy anymore.
Not unless you give them to me.
Ah.
Honestly, dude. I'm gonna tell you why. It's it's the album feels incomplete. Those tracks where it ended abruptly, the sloppiness of it. I didn't appreciate a lot of the shit, the screaming in my fucking ear. If I've got to hear anything like that again, I don't want to hear any more of
Yeah.
it.
So if it's any consolation, uh, some of his other releases on Fat Possum Records wasn't like that. Um, Still had some of that edge to it, but not not as much.
Right.
The I will agree with you. I think that the that guy's band, what was his name? John Spencer, the John Spencer band. I think it was a little overbearing at times. To your point, I think he kind of inserted himself a little more in what he needed to. Um, and this album from blues purists, it's it's kind of split, kind of like how you are. It's like, yeah, we like, RL on this and all this, but just some of the other shit they didn't like. I like a lot of the sloppiness on it. It's, to me, when I go to a juke joint or some hole in the wall dive and I hear something just like this, I'm all in. This is just a fun record. It's not a hit record, but this is a fucking fun album to just put on, to me, and just let it rip. It's fun. It's not a perfect album. Again, me personally, I would give this a 9.5 too. It's not a perfect record. Again, that some of that over unneeded screaming and some of the incompleteness to it. It's a slight ding for me, but man, I love this album. It's one of my favorites by him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lucy, look at Lucy. She is so disappointed. You're putting at a 7.75. She's hanging her head in shame because of you.
Well, Lucy can. I'd like to say maybe get over it, dude. Like I said, man, it just wasn't. Um, it wasn't the one for me, man. Like you've turned me on to some pretty cool blues stuff. Don't get me wrong, you have. But this guy, because of that backing band, because of the incompleteness of songs, it's just not. It's just not for me, man. It's like it's
Okay.
just it's just a miss. If it was a hard miss, I tell you, never give me that an album from that dude again. But I haven't told you that, right?
Right.
So, if at some point in time you want to revisit this guy and show me something a little more deeper in the realm of blues without all the screaming and the incompleteness, like real, the jams on here that they were really jamming like 12-bar blues and shit like that shit too, was like fucking amazing. And I'm like, and then the parts where they threw in the shit that was fucked up, it was like, man, damn, man. Like I really want to like this album because I really like a lot of the blues stuff that you've dumped on me, but like I struggled with this one. I knew coming into the show whether it was going to be somewhere between a 7 and an 8.
Yeah.
Like either it was going to hit or it was going to miss. What I liked on here, I really liked. What I didn't like, dude, I could have easily given any of those B's a C. I could have, but I was really trying to consider the song, the elements, everything around it. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the punk element thing that was going on there. I really did, but like you said, there was times it felt like the other individual or whoever inserted himself a little more, and it really went to outshine R.L. Burnside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that really kind of, I don't know, man. It turns me off. You know what I mean? It just turns me off. So
no, I get it,
man. With that being said, me personally, once again, that was a 7.75. What would you give it?
9.5.
9.5, man.
Yep.
Dude, you just throw out 9.5 like fucking candy, dude.
No, this is a fucking great album. I love this album.
Oh, dude.
I love this album.
On, man.
It's an imperfect album, but man, when I want to jam, this is a fucking jam album.
Nah, you've got better blues albums than that one, dude.
I'm not saying that. I've got different blues albums.
That's don't get me wrong, man. No,
I like the dirtiness to this album.
Disrespect, and that's one of the things I liked about it too.
It's fucking dirty.
But dude, just the incomplete, like abrupt ending in the middle of what was going on in the song.
I'm not going to ding it that much for some incompletes.
Nah, fuck all that.
I'm not going to ding it.
Is this a demo or is it a release?
It's a release. It was recorded in one afternoon.
In the discussion.
No, it's a jam session. What do you want?
They were jamming. We just cut them off. Well, fuck it. Let's cut them off.
Yeah.
No.
You're going to ding it that much to where, I don't know.
Oh, dude, hey, listen.
They were having fun. It's a fun album.
That wasn't its only fault. Let's try again. Try again. At the end of that song, like, come on, man.
I agree.
I would have throat punched that motherfucker.
Hey, did you know that R.L. Burnside actually killed a dude?
Did he really?
Uh-huh. He was
crazy.
Well, he wasn't in a prison. He was in a prison farm.
Interesting.
And he was a sharecropper into the 80s.
Interesting.
All right.
Interesting. Well, sir, I think it's about time for us to move into the next week's album reviews.
Yeah.
And being that we are celebrating Women's History Month,
Start next
moving
month.
out of Black History Month into Women's History Month,
Mm-hmm.
it's taken me some time, man. And honestly, I wanted to give you something different. I wanted to give you something that you haven't, that I know you hadn't heard. And I have a feeling there's an album I want to give you sometime here soon, but I need to listen to it first.
Okay.
And I'm going to go from there, unless it would be one that you end up dumping on me because you might be more familiar with that individual. But what I am giving you tonight is a band by the name of Heavy Temple. You've heard me talk about them very much so over the last few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, if I had to guess, reading on what I can find about them, they were originally started as a all female band.
Mm-hmm.
Now I believe it's still a 3-piece, but the only real member was the singer slash, I think she's the bass player, maybe guitar player. Anyways, they are fronted by, give me 1 second, man. I want to say her name is Nighthawk. And dude, she's a very groovy person and very like there's fuck.
Did she have any solo stuff?
Maybe. Give me a second here. Bassist, vocalist, and bandolier High Priestess Nighthawk, along with guitarist Lord Paisley and drummer Baron Lycan. That's their current lineup, I'm guessing. That was as of June 2023. And they are a more psychedelic doom. But I really, really like her. I'm looking forward to their new album releases coming out this year. Please enjoy that album. I don't think it's very long. I think it's only 35 minutes long. But the name of the album is going to be Lupi Amoris, Lupiamoris. And the name of the band is Heavy Temple.
There it is. Lupe Morris. Lupe Morris. Yep, got it.
Now, if you can remember, I reached out to you a couple weeks ago or a few days ago in regards to an album or a EP that they did where they covered a Funkadelic song, Hit It and Quit It, which was actually which on Maggot Brain. This is that band.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, this album that you're going to get, it's actually one of my favorite female bands that I kind of forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks to one of our listeners, and just happens to be my cousin, Tommy Har, shout out to Tommy. He has given you the Donnas Spend the Night.
Wow, that's a band name I haven't heard for years.
Dude, yeah, this album came out in 2003, and he sent it to me, and he's like, you guys need to check this out. And I was like, that's fucking right. I love this album.
The Donnas Spend the Night. Like, spend the night over here?
Yeah.
Wow, that looks like it'll be fun. I do remember that name.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that name. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and so I was listening to that album again just to remind myself about it, and then I went a whole day through a Donna's fucking rabbit hole.
Nice.
They had like, I don't know, like 6 albums or something like that. I was like, holy shit.
Were they all good?
They were really good.
Yeah. When did they start their musical journey? When did they explode?
They really exploded with this album in 2003. I think they had like 1 or 2 releases before that. But this was like the big album.
Nice.
And then they had a couple other kind of, not as big as this one, but pretty good successes.
Sweet. I'm
Yeah,
looking
dude.
forward to it, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. Can you kind of give me an idea what kind of music it is?
Straight up rock and roll.
Really?
Fucking rock and roll.
Nice.
No ballads.
No ballads, huh?
No ballads.
The women ain't having that ballad shit.
No.
That's
They
nice.
they made it abundantly clear, no fucking ballads. Just on the first song.
Really, I look
Oh,
forward to
dude,
this, man.
I love
Yeah,
this album.
I'm actually excited. I hope you're excited about the album that I gave you. I know
Oh
that
yeah, I am.
I know that Doom isn't exactly your thing, but I figured what I would do is I would plant the seed by giving you their Funkadelic cover.
Huh? You like that?
You're like, yeah, how was that? They get a little taste of how they did a pretty damn good job on that Funkadelic cover, now didn't they, motherfucker?
Now
Dude,
stick this in your
dude,
ass.
it sounds damn close to the same, except really fuzzed out, and that's what I really really liked about it. Like
Cool.
they did that song with such a bunch of respect,
Yeah,
and he's coming through on his last tour.
that's right. He's at the High State Fair coming up. I told you about that.
I'm thinking about going.
You should.
I should. It'd be my 10th time seeing George Clinton in the Parliament Funkadelic,
There you go.
and I'd see him going out. I'm really considering it, dude.
I'm
really, really
considering it.
considering
I've never seen him.
What? I've never
never
taken
seen
you
him.
to a Parliament show, dude.
Nope.
All
Thanks,
the
dude.
times I had
Appreciate it.
tickets.
Yeah, crickets.
Oh,
Fuck. This
are
guy.
you serious? Sorry to yell in the mic. Get out of here.
Some bitch.
Oh man, are you serious? I never took you to a fucking Parliament show. Did you know one time I had 50 tickets to see Parliament?
Shit. I didn't even make your top 50. Really?
I don't know that we were in touch at the time.
It doesn't matter.
I think you were up north.
I was never up north.
Didn't you live way up north with one of your exes?
No.
Never mind. That's a conversation for a later time. Let's not open. Let's not open bad books and blood. Because
No,
we
sir.
could go on about exes for days. I think we've got a couple of them. Anyways, buddy, it's been a great night. Once
Yeah.
again, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe. Jacob, thank you for chiming in and asking us to review an album.
Yep.
Wanted to thank Bruce's cousin, you said
Tommy.
Tommy,
Tommy.
for putting that in Bruce's ear for us to check that out. I mean, he obviously loves the album and is familiar with it, so I'm looking forward to hearing it myself. Other than that, it's been a wonderful evening, man. Thank you
Yeah,
guys so
dude.
much for tuning in. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, catch us on your favorite podcast stations. We look forward to hearing from you. Seeing you next time around. Bruce, you got anything else, bud?
I'm going to leave you with some fine final words from Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing, because everything's going to be all right.
I wouldn't disagree. With that being said, we're hooked on Sonics. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you.